Hello guys, Turbo495 here, and today I'll be showing you how to create a laser defense system. Um, First I just wanted to go ahead and show you it actually works and what you can actually create with it. How good it'll work and different options, depending on your vessel, whatever you want to make. Um, this is the Widowmaker. She's on the workshop page. This has a very nasty laser defense system in it. I believe it's in here. I'll be showing all this off here in a second. Wanted to go ahead and give it a quick demo just to show that it works, and what kind of spectrum you can go ahead and expect to get with the defense system I'll be showing you how to make today. Go ahead and just spawn in some flying squirrels. How about that? The laser defense system on the ship is so good it actually destroys them before they can actually even drop their bombs most of the time. As for the ship, it's not really fair to even put them up against this. This can take out the Scarlet Dawn. I believe it's the Omega. I'm not sure, maybe? Let me look. Omega Nightmare, yeah. I may show that off in a bit. Yeah, this is what you can expect depending on, the size of your ship and depending on what you actually want to go ahead and put into it. This is a capital ship, it's made to go and blow stuff up on its own. Yeah, really happy with it. Let me go ahead and destroy all enemy vehicles. So let's go over to this platform. So let me get started. The first part you're going to need is the multi-purpose laser. You can start out with honestly whatever you want. I usually start out with the multi-purpose laser because it all has to do with that. It all starts from the multi-purpose laser. So the multi-purpose laser is what everything is going to be connecting to. It's going to be the main source of where your laser comes out of. All the things that power your laser are going to be flowing into that. So let's go through a couple items before we actually start putting this laser together. So the laser connector, this is what everything's going to connect to, the little connecting pieces. I know there's not very many laser videos out there on laser defense, so I decided to make one myself, as you can see here. So there, you can set, these do not lose charge or anything over distance, so it doesn't matter, you can make them as long, as powerful as you want. The only thing that this laser is going to affect is your engine. So you may want, depending on your craft and depending on how big you make this, you might want to go ahead and have a bigger engine. So after you lay out the laser connectors, you're going to go to a coupler. The laser coupler is what you connect every single thing to, okay? So we're only going to do, I'm just going to mirror it. We're only going to focus on this side, okay? Actually be there. So we go back to lasers, you put down a coupler. So the coupler is going to be what everything connects into. And the arrow is where everything that you connect into the laser is going to go. So you want it to be facing not towards the connector, you want it to be facing away or in the opposite direction. The reason why I'm building this in the a little bit off the ground is because of this laser Q switch. So this laser Q switch breaks up the laser. Think of it as if you left this alone and you built on this laser, it would be continuous, which some people, which is effective in a standard, turret laser or whatever. But for a missile, you can also use it for missile defense. Honestly, I believe it's preference. I'd like the burstier approach better. That's what I have in that ship. Um, I'll go ahead and show off continuous here in a second too. I'll show you to do that. But to get what I achieved, you would simply just add the Q switches, which is with the coupler. It's a subcategory to each side of the laser coupler. This is the laser coupler. The more of these you add, the max is 4. The more you add to this, the faster this is going to pulse and fire at the missiles. This is the max. That's what I have on that ship. It'll fire that quick with 4 and about a quarter less every single one you take away. Um, the the benefit of having less is they do more damage to the missiles. Uh, Basically, the laser is able to charge back up to full capacity before actually firing again, which in some instances is good, but if you have enough damage, enough recharge rate, it doesn't really matter, as you've seen there. So, after you get the coupler and stuff set up, next you're going to be focusing on what's going to actually be driving the force of this laser, what's going to be giving it power. And this is the laser cavity. So the laser cavity, the arrow needs to be facing into the coupler, like this, like so. This is going to give you your damage, okay? So you can add, this is what's going to also be taking up your engine power. The more of these you add, the more power from your engine is going to be required to flow into this. So you want a lot of these, essentially. What these do is they also give you damage, but they also give you, if you're doing continuous lasers, it gives you stability. Basically, you're able to, it's able to keep the constant laser up at a higher frequency, at a higher output. So as you can see, the approximate damage is 120. So say we fire this at max Q switch, which is 4, like the pulses, this would have a hard time getting back up to 120 damage. But the more of the laser pumps we have on here, it'll be able to get up to it faster because it just sucks the engine power up. It allows it to actually, regain power faster. So the more of these laser pumps you have on your cavities that are connected to the coupler, the better. So try and always keep these one off the ground or off the deck or whatever. So once you have these, I've got a damage of 120. Okay, and I have an AP of 1. We'll get to the AP in a second. But to increase the range, as you can see, the max range for lasers is 3,000. Right now it's 679. So what you can do to increase that range is add a destabilizer. This increases damage, not significantly. The best way to actually get damage is to add laser cavities with the pumps. But this increases range and damage. I usually add 3 or 4 depending on how long the laser actually is. Right here, this would be fine. So see, my damage went up to 354. It's not going to go up as quick once you get into really big laser systems like that in the ship. I'll show that in a second. But right now it's 354. That also increased the range to 2004, which is really good. So the AP, this next part would be AP. So what we're going to do is add, we're going to add another connector, cavity, my bad, coupler, coupler, to right here. We're going to put Q switch on it. It's not required to have all the Q switches. You can if you want, just for, symmetry, honestly, but you don't have to. The AP, if you're using it for a turret, helps go through metal and stuff easier, of course. Also, it helps with the distortion of the water. But as for missiles, I believe 20 is fine. 20 is enough for missiles. I usually go a little overboard. I believe that one over there is like 500. But it stacks up quickly. You don't need to have a ton of AP for missiles. It helps, yeah, the more you have of it, obviously, but you don't need to go overboard with it. So now, as you can see, we have 31 AP and 354 damage. So this is the basic part of your system. You can obviously extend that, add more pumps, get more damage, stuff like that. I'll go ahead and show you this. So I took off a Q switch, so now it's 3. This made the damage go up because it can charge up quicker, so now the damage is 613. If I take this off again, because once you take these the Q switches off, it allows the laser to fire slower, and that in turn lets it charge up to max capacity. So now the laser is at 1,000 damage rather than, I think it was around 300. But for laser missile defense, the best obviously would be to go with the 4 setup. So now we're going to actually create the defense system. So you can do this 2 ways. So you're going to just go out in one direction with this. All of these are connected if they go through this, so you don't have to worry about. You can, like I said earlier, this doesn't lose anything. You could string this through the whole ship and wire it up that way. There's an easier way I'm going to show you right now. If you go to the lasers tab and go to laser transceiver, this allows you to transfer the laser throughout the whole entire ship. So you just set it up like that. You go to, say, over here, go up to the same height, set another one up, shoots a laser, and it now is connected to the multi-purpose laser, which I'll go over here and show. You can see this is running through the whole ship. This powers up everything. It goes through. I'll show you how to make this. This is what actually outputs the laser. And I even have some underwater for torpedoes. So yeah, it's as simple as that, honestly. Again, you could wire it up with just the connectors, but it's more efficient to do it this way. So after you got the laser throughout the ship, and you have it set up the way you want it, what you want to do is go to the in the laser tab. There will be laser missile defense in the bottom right corner. What you'll do is all you have to do is attach this to all the sides that you want it to output. They can't be blocked by metal or anything, otherwise, they won't shoot. This is all you have to do. To actually, you need to do one more thing in order to actually, for it to sense missiles. And for that, you'll need AI on your ship before you can actually see it working. So I'm going to go ahead and set up a simple AI here. I'm not sure exactly what it needs here to go. Go ahead and just put a Fortress AI card in there. Okay, so now that you have that, now we need sensor blocks, and then in the AI tab there will be missile warners here. Okay, and what you want to do is you'll have these after you set your AI up and you have the actual stack, the laser defense up. You go around and set up, like on my ship over here, you can see that I have a lot of them. This also has smoke, but right here these are also laser. Right here, these are missile warning systems, and that's just to detect. I have it everywhere so that way no missile will get through. But what you would do to set it up is you'll take 6-way connectors right here, and you take missile warners, and all you do is just put it on like that. That's honestly all you do. You can put them on all sides, whatever you want to do with it. and then you connect it to the AI like so, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and shut this missile system off. Okay, just so that way we can see this working. So let's go to the Deepwater Guard planes and spawn in another squirrel, hoping that it comes over here. And there you go. Even though it's far away, it's still able to hit. And since the more of these that you have, you'll be able to see them better. So those are shooting that. And as you can see, even a laser, you know, with just this, can take out a flying squirrel. Just by taking it out, it actually went through and hit the flying squirrel. If you looked at the engine power previously, it also went down about 1,000, 2,000, maybe a little more. So make sure you have a decent engine. So there are some, I believe some bombs up. Okay, anyway. I'll show you this setup quick. As you can see in the bottom right, my engine is extremely ridiculous for the ship. I'll be making a spotlight of the ship soon. Like I said, it's on the workshop already. This is my engine. Does not need to be that big. This laser system does not take up that much space. Well, not space, but power, I should say. So this is the basic, my basic laser system. I could fit more pumps in here to be a little more efficient, but this is how I have it set up. If I go down here, you can see all my Q switches and stuff. Let me replace the laser block. So you can see that my damage is about 8,200 with 250 pen. At max 3,000 range. This is sufficient for my ship. Actually, I'll go ahead and spawn in the Omega just to show you quick. But if you build a standard laser system with 4 Q switches, you won't have an issue with it, honestly. So I'll show you this just to show proof of concept, and there you go. If you have any questions, let me know. Just to give you a heads up, there will be a few missiles getting through. I believe they're going to be EMP. I just wanted to show that it worked pretty well. So I'm going to leave the AI off, but I want to show proof of concept. I believe it's dropping torpedoes too. There we go, there's a main swarm. Yeah, I got all of them. But that's the N faction Scarlet Dawn, of course. But I'm hoping that this works out for you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And let me know if you have any ideas, or yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.